notification. There we go. Now we're live. We thought we were live, and then we were not live, so yay. At least we got the technology right. This will not be like last week, guys. That was a nightmare. Anyways, we're live. Welcome back. As you all know, we usually are here on Sunday nights, but last night both Michele and I were helping the Empath Uprising tribe to kind of find their center for the entrepreneurs there. And oh my God, that was so much fun. That was so much fun. I cannot wait to do it again. They are amazing, amazing tribe. So I'm really, really excited about that. So as people are coming in, I want to just double check. I see that we have one viewer right now, but sometimes it comes slow. Look at the comments. Okay. It says it can't post comments from some destinations. We'll find out which ones those are. Oh my gosh. Okay. We got this. We got this. Okay, so it's showing here. It's showing there. I've got my notifications off. Let's do this. Take two, because we thought we were live. Oh, there we go. Pete, how are you? So what's happening today is a little different. Normally, when you see somebody sitting next to me, you know a couple of things are going to happen. Either you're going to get some gold from them, or you're going to get some gold from me, or you're going to get a collaboration. And that's what today is. And this is an entirely new experience for both of us. Even though we've been live a lot together, came up with a really great idea. She's like, well, let's do the session live for everyone. I'm like, gold right there. Amazing idea. So what the session is about. In our last session, Michele and I were talking, we're just kind of like debriefing even. Like this last year has been insane. And for many of us, it's been insane in a very not good way. But for us and our tribe, it's been insane, amazing, insane. We've gotten so much done. And Michele was just kind of rehashing all of the things and all of the steps that I took her on to get to where she is now. Or it was a year ago, 2019, November. Nothing like this. Hi, it's complicated. Hi. So we were just kind of talking about that. And I was like, well, yeah, we rewired you so that you can be more accountable and more productive and get those ideas out and innovate in that space of safety, right? And then she kind of flipped the script on me, which she often does. I'm the coach here. No, you're the coach. No, I don't know. She flipped the script on me and she's like, no, seriously, how do you do it? And I was like, I have a system I can share with you. She's like, no, I want to know what the hell's going on over there. She starts listing off all of the pieces in my life between divorce and single mom and homeschooling and building this business and helping you all build your business and my pro bono work and everything else that makes me a normal adult, like grocery shopping and laundry and stuff like that. And I was like, I have a system, I promise you. And the next words out of my mouth were spreadsheets. And she's like, okay. Not everybody loves spreadsheets as much as I do. If you know me, you know I love cheese, and you know I love spreadsheets. I love it. Not together, but yeah. Well, maybe I could eat some Gouda and play with a spreadsheet. Sounds like a night. Like the fire, I'm good. So what we're doing here is that session. I'm going to share with her something that I created for her, and I will be going through it with her, and she's going to give me that feedback. She's personally going to build this container for herself. She's going to take things out that she doesn't need. She's going to maybe add some things to it, give her own little flavor in there, and really move things forward for herself. Create a container. And like I was saying, I don't know if I said it before we didn't know we were live or after, so I'll repeat it again. We want to build that accountability. And accountability is something that you want to get on the inside first. Because once you've created that state for yourself, then when you find it outside of yourself, it's more empowering. Instead of like, oh, I got to do this, or if I don't do it, that person's going to be disappointed in me. We don't want that. We don't want it to be our driving force, because that's a negative. That's going to actually unmanifest the things that you want to be creating. When you create that state within yourself, you start to feel gratitude, especially with the system I'm showing. Gratitude in ways and in areas of your life that you never even considered the idea. Seriously, you're going to go through this, and at the end of the day, you're going to be so lit up and excited for any of the crap that happened that day. And that's my big secret to her question. How do you handle all this crap and still do this? It's this system. So what I want to do, cross your fingers and your toes. I'm going to try screen sharing again today. And everybody, please let me know. I have my notifications. Heather, she's really good at this if she's there. let me know if you can see my screen because that was really embarrassing last time. So let me see if I can get it up here. Add to stream. Okay, I see it. Do you see it?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I think this is working. Okay, great. Anybody who can't see it, comment. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip myself over to the screen that I'm sharing with you. So I won't be able to see comments. Heather, if you're there, message me if something's going on. Michelle, check the comment section for me. Okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So again, this is going to look like a lot. My brain, you know how my brain works. It works like this. So it's going to look like a lot. Again, use what works for you and what doesn't. So this is my accountability and innovation process. So I start with my weekly accountability and productivity. I don't go all the way through the year. I do it week by week. I do have a system for my year. If anybody needs that, let me know, but that's a little bit more broad. And we don't want to do that right now. So in this, I guess, Michelle, you can probably guess what's going on here. What you would do is here, put the date. The week. So it's 11/9.
Yes, today is the 9th. I remember.
I think I know. I don't know. Okay, so we're going to put in the date here, and you're going to put in a big goal. Your big goal this week.
Okay.
You can share here now, or you can just be like, all right, I'm going to think about that. You're going to put in a big goal, and I want you to decide for yourself what is an appropriate big goal. Some people, it's, you know what, I just want to clean my house. Other people, for me, it's like, I need to build this program. It's been sitting in me for 48 hours and it's going to leave me if I don't get it done. I need to go do this. Or for other people, it might be, I just want to get in touch with 100 people. I want to do that. For you, your T-chats and stuff like that is great. Or I want to sell 100 decks. Whatever it is, make sure that it's not easy.
Okay.
Make sure that it stretches you a little bit, not too much.
I already know what my big goal is.
Okay.
I want to sell 850 decks.
In a week?
No.
Okay, in a week. What's your week goal?
Oh, it's my week goal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So let's divide 850 times 4. What is that?
217 or something like that. I don't know. Just because I'm wearing my glasses doesn't mean I'm a nerd.
Let's just say 200. Make it an even number.
Okay. Sell 200 decks. Now, what do you want? Oops, sex? No.
I want sex. 200 sex decks.
Hey, you know what? There's no wrong goal.
Next deck that I create.
Oh my God. All right. So we're going to sell 200 decks. And now this is the first thing that you want to do is you want to put aside time to do the tasks that you need to do. We're going to get to the actual tasks themselves, but I want you to look in your calendar. And I know that you don't like working more than 4 hours a day, especially since we rewired you. You're like, no, I don't have to. I'm not going to, right?
Exactly.
So you're going to find those 4 hours every day and you're going to block them out in your calendar. No T-chats, unless that's what you need to do to sell a deck, and we'll get to that. There's going to be no interruptions, no phone calls unless it's an emergency. For me, it's time when I'm like, kids, go outside. Boys, just go outside. So I want you to set aside the time and go into your Google Calendar. Move things if you need to. If it's a session with me, be like, it's in my work block. You got to move it. And I'll be like, oh, fine. I told you to do that. So I want you to put aside the time. And I like to work in work blocks of 30 minutes. I work for 30 minutes, take a 10-minute break. Work for 30 minutes, take a 10-minute break. And we can do a whole nother session on how I use work blocks to actually rewire my neural pathways.
Nice. Juicy.
I can literally rewire myself every half an hour to do what it needs to do with joy. Every half an hour. I just change it, move it around a little bit. It's so much fun. But okay, then you want to say, did I plan out 5 bold moves for this week? Have you seen the live that I did with Olu, with the 5 bold moves?
I think so.
Okay, well, I'm going to review it anyways, coming up to the next sheet.
Okay.
But we'll review it together because I really want to see where you're sliding into these.
Okay.
Stretching yourself just enough, because we don't want to, when we're going bold, I don't say step outside of your comfort zone to the point where it's hurting you, literally, emotionally, spiritually hurting you, because that's not bold. That's just an ego trip.
Right.
That's all that is. It's not going to serve you. It might actually hurt you because you're doing something that goes against your truth. We don't want that. Your truth can stretch and change a little bit at a time, but going out and doing something that is completely not you because somebody told you maybe it was a good idea, rethink that. So selling 200 decks, I think we can do it. I think, okay, we're doing it. Okay. And so then at the end of the week, we're going to unpack. Did you accomplish it? Mm-hmm. And I like to actually hold myself accountable. On a scale of 1 to 10, did I use my time wisely that I blocked out? Or did I spend too much time on Facebook? Or messaging people instead of saying, I'm in a time block, I'm not going to message that person back right now. How did we use our time? Mm-hmm. Really hold yourself to the flame with this, because if you're not growing in this area, the rest of everything I can give you is not going to help you. Mm-hmm. So that's really important. And you can duplicate this page and have a personal one. I have a personal one for educating my children. What is my goal for Langston's education? Okay, I want him to be at a level 7 reading. This would be great, right? So I set aside time to do these things. And you'll be surprised how little time it takes to do things when you've actually decided to do it. Mm-hmm. That's really powerful. And the stress that's released from you, your physical stress and those hormones that go with it, that create things like procrastination and imposter syndrome, they go away when you say, oh my gosh, this big thing that I'm not really looking forward to doing, but know I need to do, it's already practically done in my head because it's in my calendar. I know it will get accomplished. Right. You can release it. You don't have that open loop anymore. Okay, it's taken care of. There's a plan for that. It's almost like delegating it in your mind. It's great. And then what you want to do is look at what you're going to be improving. We're not all perfect. And there's always something to learn. What can I do better this week? Can I maybe sleep better? Can I eat better? Can I maybe have a little bit more strength in my message? What needs to be tweaked, pretty much. Mm-hmm. Okay. And then I have other ones. I'm going to do the daily one last, because that's the one that under no circumstances do I think you should not do. Mm-hmm. There are other ones here because I want us to stay balanced, not just in business, but we want to be a whole person so that we can be our best. We're here to grow, right? So I have a personal mastery one as well. And so anything that you want to master, whether it's going further with your own meditation practices, or I have here an example playing guitar, and we can just move through, what is it that I want to master? What's my big goal? What's one thing I can do this month? What's one thing I can do this week? And one thing I can do today to get to that. And you can, starting with the boulders, like that big boulder is the big goal, and then break it into smaller pieces for yourself so that you're still there. Whether it's, you know what, I want to, like for me, I'm looking into the idea of Reiki. That's a big goal. So in order for me to accomplish that by adding it to everything else I have going on, it's completely possible if I do it this way and keep myself accountable to it. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And here also, this is the gold. I know you have this. We haven't visited in a little while, but we have your trigger tracker. These are the 10 psychological triggers. You put all of the people, for now, we're going to put anybody who would potentially want to buy a deck. You're going to put them in this list right here. This is going to help you. So you're going to go all the way down. I'm going to actually do it for you now. 200. This is your goal. Find it. Come on. I can count, right? I can count. 200 right here. I'm going to do that. This is your goal.
Great.
I'm going to fill it in for you. We're going to make it purple. There we go. And again, for anybody who hasn't seen this before or would like a refresher, I do have that training for you. And yeah, just raise your hand, say that trigger tracker thing. Yeah, this is a way to get people to convert in a way that is natural and graceful and nurturing. We are literally helping people to make a decision that's going to be good for them. We're not pushing them. We're not manipulating them. We're literally using their own truths that are inside of them and the way that they naturally as humans function when they're making a decision. And we're just answering a question like maybe 30 seconds before it even pops into their head. And they start to learn to trust you and listen to you and actually hear you as the voice in their head when it comes to whatever it is you're here to help them with, whether it's personal development, their business, whatever it might be. This really helps to nurture people into a place of logic and comfort So like, this is a smart idea. And oh my gosh, it feels so good. I'm so glad I'm making this investment. So if you need this help, please let me know. I have trainings for this. I have a video that I have only in my Facebook group because it's extremely, extremely personal. I'm not sharing it on YouTube. So if you want that, let me know. You can join the group and really learn this process. It's not complicated, but it's big. It's a huge deal. This is a game changer. So Michele, start using this and make sure that people are getting all the way through. And if you're not sure, like, did I hit this one? How do I hit this one particular trigger, like benefits or something like that? Give me a call. I will help you get to that. If you can get people to number 6, benefits here, you can't really see the number. Let's see here. There we go. If you can get people to about here, you're good to go, especially with the deck. It's low risk, it's low cost, and it's fun. So if you can get people through number 6, you're pretty good. I think you'll be getting those conversions pretty quickly.
So I see some comments.
Okay.
So the first one is from it's complicated. Forgive my ignorance, but what is imposter syndrome?
Okay. This is a good one. This is definitely something that I'm going to be speaking a lot about in the coming weeks. Imposter syndrome, and Michele, I would love your take on it as well. Imposter syndrome is a state of I shouldn't be doing this, or I don't know enough, or I don't have enough. It's not for me to be speaking this boldly or strongly about my thoughts or my abilities. Saying, oh, but there are so many other people out there that do this. Why should I bother? That kind of thing. What do you think?
Yes, I agree. And also, Pete says it's essentially a lack of belief in oneself and one's cause or why.
Yep. That's the biggest thing. The biggest cure for imposter syndrome is your why. If you have imposter syndrome, your why is probably not authentic, and it's probably not true enough, I can say. And if you are having struggles with your why, I have done quite a few trainings on that. I think one of my very first ones here on YouTube even was about that. And if you're having trouble with your why, I want you to ask why. Why not? Why for them? Why for me? Why not for them? Why not for me? Create that container for yourself so that you know where you stand. That way you don't have to worry about where anybody else is standing. Create that container with your hard yeses and your hard no's. You can say no to anything you want. You're a grown adult. Do it and hold yourself accountable to it. Hard yeses and hard no's. And yes, imposter equals fake.
Yes, definitely, definitely. I also want to just add, also right now, more than ever, the last 2 months of 2020, it's a great time to really contemplate that question. Who am I and why am I here?
Yes, and I have something coming up in the next sheet that's going to help you do that daily.
Oh,
and tweak it.
And what do you stand for? Because we've got 2 months left in 2020, and we all need to stay in that vibration of uprising with kindness and compassion for ourselves first.
Yep.
So,
and that's beautiful. Like, this is the time to do that. So anytime that you have extra for yourself, go and be compassionate for yourself and really sit with that. So that's a great lead in. Thank you. It's complicated. That was a great lead into this next sheet. Where did I go? Okay. And there's other things in here for you, marketing calendars and all of that. But you know how to use these things, you know the phases. But I feel like you're good in this area. If you want to go and get that structured for yourself, you can. But I know that we like to be a little bit intuitive with our process as well. So we'll play around with it. Play around with the accountability side of this first, and then in our next session, we can go into the actual marketing phases and how to pre-plan your marketing so that it's done in an hour for the whole month.
I like that. I like pre-planning and having it done because
just have it done, get it over with. That way you don't have to be like, okay, I need to think of 5 things every day. You got them here. And it's a process that's going to help you just kind of intuitively download into the spreadsheet everything you need.
Right. Because, I want to spend time with my grandson.
Yes, exactly.
And have to
Life is about what you're here to do, not how you're here to market.
Like have that thing over your head, like, oh, I gotta hurry up and do that. Like, oh, when you first wake up, you've got your plan for the day, and you see, oh my God, I've only got my 2 special hours a day to actually get this in, and you're like, I feel like sometimes literally my head feels like it's gonna explode.
Yeah, so this will help it explode in a healthy way.
Mm-hmm.
So here's where we're gonna go with the daily. So if you don't do any of the other ones, I say do the weekly and the daily ones. And the daily one for me is the most important. And I put a lot of love into this. Okay, so what we have is very much like the weekly, where, you know, what we're pre-planning and what we're unpacking. And I want to take you through the things that structure me and my day so that I don't get knocked off track. I don't let's say my lawyer called me and he's just being a dick again. I don't let that sidetrack me. I don't get to the point where, oh, I just can't right now. I'm burning out. This is what keeps me in flow and in a pace that is far more than I 2 years ago was. I get so, you all wonder how I get so much done so fast, how I can build somebody a website in 48 hours. This is how I do it. So what I want us to do is we're thinking up. We're thinking bigger than ourselves. We're going to be better today than we were yesterday. So you're going to do this in the morning. Sometimes I'll do it in the evening, the night before, but we're thinking up, okay? Everything is going to be better than it was yesterday. So we want to level up. What is our level up goal? And it can be personal or it can be financial. So let's say yesterday you sold 4 decks. Today your level up goal will be 8 decks, something like that. Does that make sense? And then what do I need to do in order to do that? You can be very specific here. I left plenty of room. You can say, you know what, I need to contact XY people, or I need to post in certain places, or I need to do a master class or put something together, whatever it might be. What is it that you need to do? And then what is it you need not to do? And this is where you're going to have actually 2 different things. What do I need to not do that is a procrastination tool? Do I need to turn off social media for the day? Do I need to make sure that I don't take that nap if I don't need to? What is it that you don't need to do that's going to distract you from this? And also, what is it that you would normally feel obligated to do, like emails or campaign or phone calls or something else that's in your normal routine that probably could wait so that you can create time for this right here, right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So basically it's the priority.
Yes. Make it a priority and let something take the back seat.
Right.
That's how I fit it all into my life. If I'm like, okay, you know what, this is my goal. I'm gonna get 30 people into my growth program this week. I'm sorry, but my maid is gonna have to come twice this week because cleaning is taking a back seat. I'm not doing it so that I can do this. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes.
So really
funny. My husband also calls it big rocks and little rocks.
Yes, I have heard it called that before. Yes. Yes. So what do I need to do? What do I need to not do? What can I delegate? If you're scaling, you have a VA or something. You have somebody to help you. If you don't have a VA or anything like that, an assistant or anything like that just yet, think of the other things in your world that you can be delegating or using technology for. For me, I delegate cleaning upstairs. That's the boys' job. And it takes them hours and gives me so much time to myself because they are so slow as cleaners. But I delegate that. I also delegate a lot of my just menial things, like, you know, uploading all of my stuff to YouTube and stuff like that. I delegate that. If it's not something that I need to do, like my touch needs to be on it in order for it to be authentic, then I can delegate that. And that's really exciting. And what you want to do is make sure that for your sake and whoever is helping you, like your VA, I would even give Sam this and say, okay, how can you help me? That's one thing I do when I bring on my VAs in January. All right, team, this is my goal for the day. Where can you plug yourselves in? And they go for it. And it really helps a lot because it creates that sense of team, that sense of, okay, we see her vision. We know what we can do. I know where my skills are. Now I know what lane to be in today. Let's do this. And then we celebrate at the end of the day. It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So those of you who have a team, this is a really good tool. And then I like to play defense. What could go wrong? And I know we don't want to think, oh, plan for the worst, that kind of thing. This is not planning for the worst. This is planning for the best version of you. And this is where grit comes in. A lot of you have heard me talk about grit and how I have it. I know I may seem very sweet and everything, but do not mess with me. Do not try to get in my way. I have more grit than probably anybody that you could meet. And I do it by saying, I am going to overcome this, and it is going to be kick ass. I've got this. I will accomplish that goal. I will get where I'm going. And this is how I do it, by saying, what could go wrong? And being like, okay, I have a plan for that. And a lot of things can go wrong. The internet could go out. A kid can get sick. I just found out 2 loved, beloved family members have COVID. And I'm like, but I got to go live. And you know what? This is not derailing me. I do not wait for circumstance to favor me. I create favorable circumstances by being prepared. So if something goes wrong, let's say the internet goes out, which has happened quite a bit lately. It's always on my list here. The internet could go out. What can I do to manage or prevent the scenario? I can go to the cafe. I can do stuff from my phone, that sort of thing. I'll just rearrange some of my meetings, or I'll do things via text instead of video. There's a plan for that. And there are so many things. You guys have, Michele, witnessed quite a bit of things that have happened in my life in the last year and a half that should have crushed me and my business. I was literally blind for 2 months. I could not use my eyes to work, and I crushed it. I made more money, got more clients under those circumstances because I have this. What could I do to get around this? And it was amazing the way that people watched it and were just like, what is happening over there? Just like she said before. So you might not have 3 or 4 things, because maybe your life is not chaos. Maybe you don't have things like courts and kids and all of that, but plan as many as you can see and see if it went wrong or not. Now, we're not trying to manifest it actually happening. So we're going to be grateful that it's most likely not going to happen. We're going to be even more grateful that we have that tenacity to look at it straight in the eye, even if it's not there. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So, and then how will I manage and prevent this? You want to make sure you're doing that. And then what or who can I leverage to accomplish my level up goal? That's a really big one. And now there were 5 more that I had added. I don't know why it didn't load. Let me see if I can find the original here. Let's see here. Let's see here. Give me 1 second, everybody. Let's see. Really? No, that's not working. Okay. Anybody in the comments while I'm looking for this thing?
Actually, somebody from Method Muse says, I have the most trouble focusing in the morning, which of course when I have the most time.
Yeah. Oh boy. So my thing is, when it comes to that sort of thing, if you aren't good in the morning, then don't try to be good in the morning. It's not going to happen. You can't change your nature, right? I mean, you could try, I suppose, but I wouldn't. Okay, I found it. Okay, I'm going to switch sheets. But then again, if that's when you have the most time, maybe that's when you just spend your time really micro planning what you're going to do with those hours that you are really good. I am not good in the morning. I don't do anything before 11. I don't even eat before 11. And I spend that time planning out my day. And by the time I am feeling it, I am so organized. I have all of my research all ready for me. I'm ready to go. And I feel it. And I can get into that flow. And that momentum just carries me through 8 o'clock at night. I'm good.
Right. I'm the same way. I start between 10:30 and 11, actually start the day. The morning time is all about self-care and kind of really grounding myself so I feel good in my body. So then my mind and my body now are connected, and that's when I feel I'm in flow.
Right. Okay, let's see. Does this work? Please tell me this is going to work. All right, can you see this now?
Yes.
Good. Okay, so I'll add these ones to yours. I don't know why I didn't do that. I just copied it. But what I have here are the bold moves. And a lot of you, that's one of the most popular live that I've done here on YouTube, is the bold moves that I did with Olu. And I want to just go over them really quickly, just so that you have them. And I also here for you, Michele, have the link to that training. So if you just want to refresh your memory with it, go straight there. Okay. Let me go to our
just a little comment here. I'm starting by getting a good going to bed routine for starters.
That's super important. If you're the kind of person who just goes and then falls into their bed and doesn't even know, you're not accomplishing nearly enough in your sleep.
Right.
And, my sleep routine, you guys, solutions, ideas, inspirations, innovation. By the time I wake up, I am like, wow, that was powerful. Let's go.
I'll definitely confess to the bedtime issue. I'm much better when my husband is around. I'm kind of like a kid. If he's not around, I have to stay up late. And sometimes I'll like go to bed like fairly early, wake up, and not go back to sleep.
Yeah. I have a tendency to do that, especially when the downloads are really strong. So before I go to bed, I do what I call subconscious requests and journaling. Map out, okay, this is how my day was. How am I going to be better tomorrow? And I make that subconscious request. What do I need to do to be that version that I've decided I'm going to be tomorrow? What do I need to accomplish, meet, change, shift? What is it? And it comes to me in my sleep. First thing I do in the morning is I brain dump it. It doesn't even make sense half the time. And then I'll get 3/4 through my day and be like, oh, that's what that meant. Oh, I see what you did there, universe. I see that's cute. Okay. Really intentionally saying, I am going to up level. I am going to change my state of flow to XYZ, whatever I choose for it to be. All right, subconscious. All right, higher self. All right, everybody, let's work together and make it happen. And you will feel yourself shifting in your sleep. You'll have not dreams, but conversations sometimes.
Wow. I like that.
Mathematical, like guides or whatever. We're like, you're going to do this, and it's going to be this much, and you're going to do it that way, and for that many people, and this is how you do it. And I'm like, can I write that? I didn't write it down in my sleep. So as soon as I got up, I wrote it down. And within like 48 hours, it had already manifested.
Wow, that gives me a great idea. I could actually create my own activation for my subconscious.
Yes. Oh my God, do that. And we'll add it to the journal that we're building for you.
Oh, that's brilliant.
You see innovation right there. So the journal, everybody, there's a journal and a planner coming out. It's going to be amazing. And it's going to have a lot of this juiciness in there. So where was I? Okay, the bold moves. I want to go over them with you quickly. I have spoken at length about them. And then Olu and I did it as well. And he has them for his tribe. And I have my own version for my tribe. And so what I want to do is go over them. And I actually found the tech for this. So I want to go over bold move number 1. And these are things that generally people will say, I'm going to do one of these a week, or I'm going to do each one of them on a different day of the week. I do them every day. If I am in flow, you are witnessing me do all of these things in a day. And it actually helps me to actually accomplish the things on my list, especially if they scare me a little bit. This is what helps me stay accountable to my intention for my energy and my voice and my message and my vision, so that I don't get lost in everybody else's voice or everybody else's appreciation or the haters. You cannot lose me in any of this, because I'm still here in my boldness. So let's go over them one by one, and then we'll be wrapping this up, okay? So the first bold move, can you read that?
Yes, something that makes you hear yourself, to listen deeply for your own sense of vision, mission, and purpose.
Yes. So this first one, I do first thing in the morning. I just sit there, I do my brain dumping, my journaling, and I listen. I listen deeply. And that can be anything from meditating to cooking. Whatever it is that I'm doing, I'm listening for any shifts. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so proud of my message. I'm so proud of my message. It's more like, all right, let's feel this. Let's get dressed. Let's put on our vision. Let's put on our message. Let's put on everything. Say, do I like this? Am I still comfortable with it? Or do I feel like I want to shift something, change my color, whatever? And then say yes or no to yourself. Is it growing? You guys have seen my message stay the same, but expand in such a way. And just last week I came to you, Michele, I was like, it's changing again. I mean, we both were like goosebumps and crying at, oh, wow, that's huge. That's exactly the direction you've been going this whole time. Wow. So it's yours. Listen to yourself. If you are following your intuition, if you are letting you guide your message, let you guide this, because you are the source of everything that you're going to need. Nothing is going to come from out there unless in here is right.
Right.
Listen deeply. And I know you do this a lot. You do this with your cards. You speak to the angels. You have your grandson. So this one I know you've got down, but I want you to be more intentional about it. You want to say, yes, I did it. And here's what I did.
Like it. So Mark Yeeman, he says, when do you fill out the spreadsheet for the week? Day before, same day, Sunday?
Well, hi, Mark. Nice to see you. I do mine generally. I do the weekly one. I do that on Sundays, pre-planning day. And then I do this in the morning as I'm just kind of getting ready for the day. Like I was saying earlier, I'm really not a morning person. So I spend my mornings doing this. Planning my day, figuring out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to do it. All of my clients know if you call me before 11, it better be an emergency. I'm just saying. You all know this. And I'm just doing this. I'm getting myself geared up and filled up so that when I am in go, I'm in absolute flow. And the things that happen at rapid fire. It's productivity overload. People are like, how did you do that? Because I prepared myself. And so sometimes this thing could take an hour. Other times it takes me 15 minutes because I'm just like, I got this. I'm in flow.
Right. Exactly.
It's right for you. There are times where when I was on vacation, especially on the islands, I'd actually do it the night before because I wanted to sleep in and just be a little bit with the boys and everything. So it depends. Whatever works. There's no wrong way to do this. Like we were saying yesterday, there's no wrong way to do your part in this world. There is no wrong way. The only wrong way to do it is somebody else's way. So make it your own. Make it your own. Be your own. Share your own, and you will be amazed at the opportunities that come to you. You can just sit back and say, I'm open to an opportunity, and it will come. Like today, oh my gosh, I cannot wait to share with you this opportunity. I called Michele and was in tears. I'm so excited. The things that we manifest when we are in center, right? Oh my God, it's amazing. Moving on. I don't want to ramble. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you, Mark. The next one, bold move number 2. Can you read that? Oh, it moved too fast. Number 2 is declare your mission, vision, and intention to your environment or something or someone that you trust yourself to be accountable to. So this is a little different than other coaches might give you as a next step. This is not go out there to the world and say, I'm here to save you, because you can't. You got to work on yourself, save yourself. But what I want you to do, and we do this every day, but I want you to be even more intentional about it, have it be something you need to check off your list. It's your environment. What is your immediate environment? So messaging me saying, all right, I'm going to sell 20 decks today. I'm your accountability that you are holding. You're trusting yourself to be accountable to me rather than me to keep you accountable. We want to make sure we have this. This is an inside thing that we're doing. So declare it. Say, I'm doing it. This is how I'm doing it. I need help. Give yourself permission to gather the resources that you need to accomplish that one goal. And whatever the resource is, just ask for it. Like, hey, do you mind if I post in your group today about this? I'm like, absolutely. There you go. There's your 8 decks for the day. Hold yourself accountable to your truth, to your energy, and share it with your immediate environment so that immediate environment starts to vibrate with you. We work really well together because we vibe together. And if I know more specifically what your goals are for the day, I'm right there. There's 16 decks for you today instead of 8. So be intentional about it, your immediate environment.
Right.
Number 3, this is where we start getting a little bit bold. Even number 2 can be bold for people who are just like, saying it out loud kind of scares me right now. I don't know. So number 3, bold move, is something that allows others that may or may not know you, this could be a new environment or something like that, to assess you, to actually cast their judgment. You want to become visible. You want to actually say, okay, now judge me. And just sit with it. Have no extremes. They might love you. They might hate you. They might not even notice you. So we're going to sit with that and be like, okay, I am bold enough to say, this is my truth. This is what I'm doing. So Michele, this is where you would go out and do live readings. You use the tool that I built for you with the 1 card and just kind of give them readings back for that. This is where you say, hey, there are only 8 decks for the day. Who wants one? Who's going to be one of my 8? Something like that. This is where we boldly say, I did this, or I am doing this. This is my message. This is my vision, and I want to invite you to it. And you're very, very good. When you do this, you're very good. And you've been doing it very intuitively and in absolute flow. But I want you to do 1 thing a day that's bold, that's going to get you to those 8. And it shouldn't take you more than 3 or 4 minutes to do this. This is the scariest one, but it's also the quickest one to implement. So just 1 thing and just go bold. Like this right here. This is a little bold, right? We're actually opening this all up and sharing. Like what people could.
I'm at the cliff, looking down, going, what did I sign up for?
Yes. You signed up. Too late. We're already live. All right. Bold move number 4. This is a big one. I want you to connect compassionately with the people around you, the people specifically that you are here to serve. I want you to come back to the why specifically. Those of us who have struggled with imposter syndrome, come back to the why. Connect with absolute compassion for these people. The who, the what, the when, the where, the why. Actually assess this. Are you still aligned with that? What is it that they're doing? What are they feeling right now? Not what are you feeling? What are they feeling? You're here to serve them, right? What are they feeling? And how can you serve that? And I want us to take a deep, deep look. I have had so many clients get so stuck on this because the reason that they're serving deep down underneath, they're probably not even aware of this, but I say it, I can grab right at it. There is something about the people that they serve that they don't, or that they have judgment for. Or like, oh, they're weaker than me, they're smaller than me, and that they won't admit it to themselves, but that's a judgment. That's not a serving space to be. So we want to make sure that we're coming with absolute compassion and unconditional support for it. So where are we feeling about our ideal people? Who is it that we're serving, and do I honor them? Or do I feel like I'm better than them, and that's why they should pay for me? That's not where we want to be. So make sure that you're finding your truth inside of yourself, not inside of them.
Right.
That's a big one. So find a way to compassionately connect with everybody. And you do this very naturally with your chat and that sort of thing. There are more ways that you could very quickly and easily do this. You could share something vulnerable about yourself, or you could ask an insightful question like, hey, raise your hand if, and then start a conversation around it. The readings, that single card deck thing that I've made for you, that's a really easy way because you can really connect with their guides and everything. So that'll be a big one. So this one right here, you could probably combine with a few of the other ones just because of the way that you're built. You already built your house, and a lot of these pillars are in there, but now we're just going to paint it more intentionally. And the last one is, oh, it didn't go in. All right, well, I'll just create it. I'll type it. All right.
So Method Muse has initials WB exclamation point.
What does that mean?
I don't know. What does WB stand for, Method Muse?
I don't know. Okay, so the last one is face the facts. Okay. That's weird. Why is it doing 2 banners? There we go. Face the facts. And now I can stop screen sharing too. Okay. So we want to face the facts, and this is the biggest one. This is really the biggest one. And those of us who have an understanding of how we are all part of an ecosystem and we all work together. All 5 of these work together. If you see the live that I did with Olu, he explained it very, very elegantly. So don't try to skip one because you're just not in the mood today. You keep doing this, you'll be in the mood, trust me. And so this last one is where you want to, at the end of the day, face your facts. What are the facts? Okay, I've done all of the emotional work. I've done the connecting work, sat with myself intuitively. What are my hard facts? Because I know that those hard facts are my edges. And I am down here to not just get rid of those edges, but I am here to move them and keep them going. Those edges are important for us. That's what keeps us going. We don't want to be soft and mushy and gushy all the time. I like doing that with my kitten, but not with my business. So I want to know, what are my edges here? Did I not make as much this month as I thought I was going to? Do I have a huge payment coming up that's kind of stressing me out a little bit that I haven't really put too much energy on? Is my community shrinking? And then if it's great, awesome. But we don't want to, again, go and have these extremes. Don't go over celebrating the fact that you sold 8 decks today. That was your goal. That's baseline. Stay baseline. If you sell 16 decks, maybe have a glass of wine with me, but don't go crazy. I don't want you to have extremes. I want you to look at the facts. And I want you to look at the facts all around you. Your home, your family, your community, where you're living, and your business. Am I growing? Am I expanding? Am I actually better today than I was yesterday, or am I the same? Am I actually the same damn person I was a decade ago? Really the fact that I want to be having for myself? No. And this last one here is the actual last step to manifesting any big changes. Things like having more ease and having more decisive power for yourself comes from facing the facts. Look at your bank account every day. Look at your 401k every day. Make sure that your bills are paid ahead of time, and use that as a pushing place for you. This is the one where there's a hand behind your back saying you can't go past this. You cannot go back there. It's not allowed. Because if you actually are looking at, you're wiring yourself to be looking at the facts and saying, I'm okay with this, or I'm not okay with this. And either way, you're not going to go backwards. You're just wired not to. Your energy is going forward and up. And that's what's going to help you. So look at those facts. And I've had clients who, like, their financial literacy was just none. And this really scared them. They were like, that makes me nauseous to look at my facts, because I just feel I don't have any control over this. And that's a place where, okay, I told him to go get some financial literacy. He did it, and he was better for it. I've had clients who it was their weight, the facts of the scale. They're just like, I can't do that. I don't want to look at that. No, I'm here to grow my business and make a ton of money. And when I do that, then I'll be skinny. That's not how it works. Look at the facts. Honor the facts is just that. The facts don't have emotions. They're not here to make you feel any one way or another. That's your decision. You're going to be motivated by the fact, or if you're going to be afraid of the fact. And if you're afraid of the fact, you're not going to change it. You can't change something that you're not even going to look at. Look at it, honor it for exactly what it is, a neutral piece of information. That's all it is. And go for it. Okay, you know what? I don't like my job. Okay, let's look at it. Why not? What are the numbers? What are the ideas? What is the zip code? Whatever you need to put down. You don't like your job, you want something else? Let's keep looking at that fact. What needs to change? Where are you going to go? You need a new position in the company, you need a whole new space, you're going to move out of the country like I did. What are you going to do about that fact without having anxiety, without having judgment, without saying, oh, it's all my fault or anything? Just look at that fact. Neutral, but you have to keep track of these things. So write them down. Again, I have spreadsheets here. And they're all here in this as well. There's one last thing that I did not share in there, but it's pretty self-explanatory, especially for you, Michele, is your wholeness, your wellness. There are the questions. How will I nurture myself today? How will I nurture myself physically, mentally, and emotionally? That's really important. And actually, there was one other really important part. So I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Can you see it again? Okay.
Yes.
I see it. So physically, mentally, and emotionally, did I do it? And then, of course, at the end of the day, Did I do it? Did I actually do it? And how will I reward myself for today's job well done? This is big. And I love this part because what I did was for the days that I actually did this, because in the beginning, I wasn't perfect with this. I would be like, nah, I don't feel like it. I don't this damn spreadsheet. I don't want to. So I actually created a reward system for myself. For every day that I pre-planned, I gave myself a point. So if you watch here, like if let's say I did it for 3 days,
Mhm.
and then I actually unpacked my day every day for 3 days, you see this number goes up. And then I give myself a reward. At the end of the week, I give myself a nice big reward. It's usually something cheesy. But yes, I give myself a nice reward. This week, I'm going to get a massage. Michelle's coming. And now this is really big. So those of us who have a gratitude journal will appreciate this. What I want to do is at the end of every day, what did I learn today that I'm grateful for and that I can use going forward? And this does not have to be something that you're necessarily grateful for. It was awesome that that happened. What it is something that happened that you took something from that's going to help you forward. And a lot of if you saw mine from last year, most of it is, well, he's a dick. I can't count on that guy. What's going on over there? I'm not going there that direction. I'm not saying that again. And I'm grateful for all of these things because now what you're going to have is every day you're going to be putting it here and then you're going to copy and paste it into your day. So I started yours here, Michele, for November 10th. That's tomorrow. And I have it all the whole year, 365 days for you.
Awesome.
And what they're going to find is all of these lessons that you've learned. Some of these things you're going to be like, I am so grateful for sunshine. Great. As long as that is something that you now know that is going to serve you going forward. Like if I just remember that I love sunshine, then I can move myself forward.
Yes. So, you know me with nature and the woods. Like Karma de la Narcisista.
Hey, Karma.
Yes. He says, he's a spreadsheet, please. Anyone need a study partner? And then thank you, sisters. Thank you, ladies. Well done. Pete's leaving.
Bye, Pete. Thank you. We always appreciate his support. All right. So by the end of the first week, you're going to see yourself stretching. You're going to see them changing a bit because what I want you to do is not do the same one twice for the whole year. By the end of the year, you're going to have 365 powerful things about yourself that you have learned about yourself that you know are going to move you forward. And when you get stuck on anything, you just go back to this list and be like, here's all my solutions. Even after the first month, you're going to have 30 potential things that will be a solution for you to any problem, personal, financial, business-wise, family, friends, whatever it might be. You have all of the solutions and you're just letting them come out of you and onto the spreadsheet. So if you only do one thing on this whole thing I shared with you, do that one thing. I actually have a separate spreadsheet for it on my phone so that when something happens and I'm like, oh shit, wow, I got to write that down. I handled that really well because I used this tool or that tool, or I changed my perspective, or I just didn't say anything. Just sat there and fumed and didn't say a word, whatever it might be. And then there are positive ones. We're like, oh, you know what? Live video works really great for me. Pre-recorded is great as well. I love the energy of live. And I learned that about myself years ago. And I still go back to that tool when I'm feeling down. It's really powerful. So anybody who wants it again, comment. We'll get that for you. Michele, is there anything you'd like to add? Anything you'd like to share with anybody?
Yes. I would like to add that, remember, you're never going to be ready or perfect.
Yeah, you're never ready.
To actually take action with anything that's new and to be kind to yourself. Even if you make 2 out of the 5 bold moves for that particular week or day, you are doing something that's moving you forward. So that's my little tidbit.
I love it. Yeah. And if you're only going to pick 2, I would say pick the first one and the last one. Listen to yourself and listen to the facts until you are in a place where you even have something to declare. Some of us don't have anything to declare as a goal yet. Some of us don't have a network or mastermind like we do to actually go to and ask for help from. So this is big. So I have a feeling that Michele and I, and probably Martine as well, will probably be starting a program around this sort of thing for everybody. Something simple, something light, nothing too heavy, but just to keep you in flow, keep you accountable to yourself. So the next time we all three chat, we'll probably announce something for you.
So Method U says she would love to get on your mailing list, and also that she wants the spreadsheet as well.
Awesome.
So when our journal tool comes out.
Yes, I'm excited about that. Give us, I would say, what, 30 days. I think if we put it in our spreadsheet, we can have it in 30 days.
Absolutely.
I mean, mine is pretty much done. You just looked at it. So, and I just got your PDF earlier, so I will mock it up and we'll it's done.
Hey, I took the action. I made it happen. I took the step.
I got the email. Nothing got lost in translation.
Exactly.
For those of you who want to get anything from me, I don't take emails. I do not want your email address. I don't. I'm not emailing you anything. I'm not spamming anything. I'm not pitching. Don't want your email address. What you can do is get onto my, excuse me, my personal texting profile that I have. So if you text HeyJessa to 4747, then you can get into my phone and we can just text and I can get you what you need. So
put that in the comments.
I should do that. Yes.
Right now, put that in the comments how everyone can get a hold of you. No email. Text me at HeyJessa.
4747.
Haha, emails. It's complicated.
I don't love emails. No.
I don't like emails either. I'm going to get that text message thing.
Yeah. So we're setting yours. Yours is actually, hey, Michele at 4747.
Oh, cool. Yay. HeyJessa to 4747.
And hey, Michele to 4747.
Awesome. Woo woo. And you literally type in the text message, HeyJessa?
Yeah, so when it says to the recipient who you're sending it to, you just type 4747. That's my phone number. And then when it's like, okay, what do you want to say to 4747? You just type HeyJessa, and that opens up my funnel, I guess. It's not a funnel like I'm going to keep dripping things to you, but it just opens the doorway for this program to say, okay, this person wants to talk to Jessa. And then if they do it to Michele, then okay, this person wants to talk to Michele.
It's like the person's knocking on the door, and then you open the door when they say, hey, Michele, or hey, Jessa.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's really fun. I love it. So that's that. So when you're going to get the auto reply, you just say, hey, I would love that spreadsheet, or I want to know about the mastermind. Let me go. What's happening there? And so there is a lot more of all of this from Michele, myself, and Martine. We are just doing the open house on Friday. So if you have not registered for that, text HeyJessa 4747 and I will get you that. Again, it is free. It is going to be powerful. If you already think you are kind of in flow, let's go flow even more. This is going to be an incredible mastermind. The three of our minds are so different, but so aligned that you're going to come out of this just like, oh my God, what did I just create? Not what did I just see? What did I just make? It's going to be amazing. And it's free. We are here to serve and guide and help you help yourself. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So it's been over an hour. Did not mean for it to go that long, but that was fun anyways. Everybody, thank you for being here. Again, if you have questions, you know how to reach out to us. If there's anything else that we can do for you, please let us know. I want to thank Pete and everybody from Empath Uprising for all of their support for my message, my movement, and my ability to be visible for all of you and serve as well. The experience with that community it gives me goosebumps. It's been amazing. So I want to thank you all for the love, the appreciation, and the sentiment, because it's a powerful way to help all of you. And
the question is, one more time, please. What time? Friday?
Friday. Yes, it will be 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So yes, on your time, 8:30 p.m.
Okay. So Method Muse says, okay, thank you. Text HeyJessa
yes.
4747 question mark?
You text HeyJessa to the phone number 4747.
Okay. Okay, so you need to use your phone and give people an example exactly.
After this, I will just do a screen grab video and post it for everyone. It's just like if you were to type out my full phone number, all 9 digits, and then send me a message.
Okay, yeah, you definitely need to do screen. People are confused.
It didn't send. It's on phone text. Yes, it is. You know what? For now, since this is new and we're having some complications, let's remove the complications. Those of you who figured it out, awesome. I will see you in my text. If you haven't, message me or just comment here, I'd like that, please, and I'll get everything to you.
Perfect. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. Okay, everybody. Again, thank you for being here. If you have questions.
Thank you for being here. And I love that we did this. I think that it's super helpful for people to see that things can be organized and they don't have to be all tight, even if you're intuitive.
Yes, yeah. So we want to keep our intuitive. We want to listen to ourselves. Use what you like. Get rid of what you don't need. Some of this stuff I don't use every month. I'm like, I don't need that. Not this month. But it's that daily one. That at least the bottom half of that daily one. If you're doing that, you're growing. You're being honest with yourself. You're creating change for yourself, and you're allowing yourself to grow and learn instead of saying, I have to be perfect. I have to be perfect. I have to be. Every time you're not perfect, you're giving yourself a gift. Just write it down so you remember what that is. Really.
Yeah. And it feels like you're trusting your truth and you're taking your power back.
Yes. Oh, you're right, Deb. I totally forgot. You're still in Australia. Yeah, it doesn't work in some countries. I think if you were back in Bali, it would work there. That's interesting. I know it doesn't work in the Philippines either. So, but Deb, I got you. You're fine.
Yes. Yes. It's good for people to know. So, if they're, in the Philippines or they're in Australia, then they need to message you through Messenger.
Yeah, just message me and we'll make it happen. I'm not stressing this at all. There's enough to go around for everybody. We'll be fine. Very good. All right, Michele, thank you so much for your love.
Have a wonderful night. Bye.
All right, I will see you all later. And again, I'm here if you need me. And everybody in the Empath Uprising, we are looking to schedule our next session. So just let me know what times are better, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Okay?
Okay.
Love you all. See you next week.